far away.
How's Robin Arts?
He's been sent off for scan, so it's a suspected dislocated shoulder, but only suspected at this stage because it was it wasn't out of the socket when he came off. So whether it's subluxed or fully dislocated or not at all, we're not sure. So we'll get the scans and find out.
Fair to say that was one of the only down points of otherwise pretty good performance?
No, I don't think that's fair. I think that there were some things we were really disappointed with in terms of the way we played. But look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I mean we've got to hold ourselves to a higher count, because that's what really good teams do, and we're not a really good team yet, so we've got to keep striving to become one. And there are some things that frustrated me today with all phases of the game, really.
I think one of those frustrations is probably the score review.
Oh, least of my worries, to be honest. Look, I was incredulous because when the umpire says it's a goal, I just want to check if it hit the post. And I'm not sure if the viewers at home had a different view to me, but the clips I saw were, if that was conclusive, then I don't know who's making that adjudication. But you know, yeah, look, we accept the umpire's decision. We accept they make mistakes too, because we make plenty.
Is that just a human error call, or is it again a problem with the system? What's your take on it?
I like the system because you can, or you should be able to, fix obvious errors. But I mean, my understanding was if it's not an obvious error, go with the umpire's call. So the umpire got overruled on that one, which, you know, you guys all know. You don't need comment from me on it.
But isn't it silly, though, that you can accept the umpire error because they're made in the heat of the moment? This is, that went for 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, it was staggering. I couldn't believe it. I'm not sure anyone thought that, oh yeah, that was a good call. Maybe except if you're a Melbourne supporter. Yeah, look, he just, structurally it's fine. I mean, we'll double check, but the medical staff are convinced that structurally it's fine. It's just a little bit sore. He did twist awkwardly, so we'll get that checked out. But I mean, I spoke to him just before walking in here, and he feels really confident with it.
What were some of the, I suppose, if you could isolate some of the things you weren't necessarily that happy with? I mean, you obviously squandered a lot of chances in the first half, but were there other key areas?
Well, the first things first, I mean, squandering chances is frustrating because, I mean, Ruzi's a genius. I don't know how he does it. He forces the opposition to miss. I mean, he's done it better than anyone this year.
Is he pushing teams wide, or what is it? Is it just...
He didn't force Robbie Nahas wide from 25 metres out directly in front. I don't think he had anything to do with Drew kicking 1-5, but then the stats don't lie. I mean, they tell a tale of the tape, really. So, yeah, opportunities going forward. I thought we had a few 12-point plays where we not only squandered an opportunity to score for us, but we opened ourselves up on the rebound. And again, really good sides don't do that.
What was the approach with Vince? Anyone was able to tailor? Was that?
Oh, Bastanak did a good job in the second half. I know Vince still had it 16 times in the second half, but we thought his influence went out of the game. I take responsibility for that. All our coaches were at me, but I wanted our midfield to keep persistent. We had Greenwood going with Jones, which we were comfortable with, and I thought if we added another negative role in there, that would have meant that Zeeble, Cunnington, Swallow, D'Alessandro were out of the midfield. So you've got a choice. You can try and put 2 taggers in there. We didn't want that. We didn't want to drop Greenwood off Jones. But clearly, late in the second quarter, it got out of hand, so Bastanak went on and we thought curtailed his influence somewhat.
12 individual goals, is that really pleasing?
Yeah, I think we're going to need to have that going forward. And I thought Ben Brown was lively today. He showed that he can, you know, he's got a future at the level. And Majak played well for Werribee in the VFL. So, you know, there are still some options for us up forward, but we're going to need to spread the load.
Fair to say those two are competing for one spot, or?
Dore and Brown? Yeah, probably. I mean, Black was pretty good today. He took some good, strong marks. You know, coming back from a shoulder injury early in the season, which he's been carrying a bit. Now he's looking much better. So it's probably, you know, those 3 or 4 guys for the 2 spots.
Any update on Montana?
No, look, he was sore. We named him because we expected him to play. It was always our intention to manage him through the week, but he was still sore, Saturday before our main session, so we withdrew him, and yeah, we'll continue to monitor him. We're getting expert opinion, second opinion, and at the moment it's not conclusive as to the best way to manage him, but he's had, he's had a long time to recover from this injury, and he's still sore, so we've got to find out why.
What do you think of Victory's performance? 6 goes for goal, only got 1.
Yeah, it's Rusey, I'm telling you. He does something to the opposition that makes them miss. The hardest thing in footy is to generate opportunities to score. I know the goal kicking still hasn't improved markedly over the generations, although Luke Bruce is flying in the face of that at the minute. We'll just keep drilling it. We'll just keep coaching and training. And Lindsay Thomas is a good example at our club, someone who missed a lot, and Drew's a good set shot technically, so it's just going to come down to training and drilling it for him.
Are you concerned by the performance in the 4th quarter? You seem to sort of slow down, took 27 minutes to get your next goal.
Yeah, I was frustrated. I would have liked to have finished out the game a bit better, but look, largely we want to play to the final siren, but we took Hansen off for 10 minutes, Swallow off for about the same. Tried a few different things, but that's no excuse for our performance. We just, we weren't kicking the ball forward. Would have been really frustrating forward line to play in the last quarter because we were mucking around with the footy too much.
Brad, I know you weren't overly happy with the performance today, but you're still right in the mix for the top 4. Do you think you can get the brand of football up that's worthy of finishing in the top 4?
That's why I'm being critical. That's why I'm not kidding myself and saying we're going fantastically, because we're not going fantastically when you compare us with Port Adelaide, Hawthorn, Fremantle, Sydney, even Geelong, who with their youth are going to have some fluctuations, but the Gold Coast, you've got to compare yourselves against those sides, and we're going to need to improve to match and beat them.
Only a few weeks ago, you played Brisbane.
Yeah.
Quirk in the draw.
Yeah, it's just the way it works. There are so many, I suppose, fixtures built into the fixture, so that once you put in the contractual arrangements, the Queen's birthday, Anzac Day, all those broadcast arrangements, contractual arrangements at stadia around the country, you're always going to have some of these little nuances. But Brisbane up in Brisbane is, despite what some people might think right at the moment, is never easy. So we'll have to improve on this performance to win, I suspect. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.